Welcome to another edition of the Loudmouth Liberal. If you like my shit, subscribe. Today's edition is Am I a Feminist?
I had some thoughts about a picture that a friend of mine shared on Facebook the other day. I'll show you the picture. It's this picture right here. It's taken from, apparently taken from a sign on the LA Metro, and it reads, Respect all women passengers, please refrain from the following. That's the image. It was shared by my friend Neely on Facebook. And the first comment under the picture when she shared it was some dude asking, why does it say respect women passengers? Why doesn't it say respect all passengers? And it ties in very closely with another commonly heard stupid question.
Why is that a
which
stupid
is, why do
question?
they call it feminism? If it's for
Well, why is it a stupid question to say why should we only, you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of men that get disrespected. Like, I mean, it's probably a smaller percentage, but like, well, I mean, you could argue that like that's not the perspective you should take, and that like you should understand why it says respect. But like, how is it a stupid question?
gender equality, why do they call it feminism? Why doesn't it just refer to itself as humanism? And the reason
That's a decent question too. That's a very good question. That's why I consider myself more of a humanist than a feminist because of what modern feminism is. It's not, second wave feminism was necessary. Majority of third wave feminism seems just whiny bullshit.
reason I say that this is a stupid question is because it ignores the obviously apparent reality that you can see just by opening your eyes and observing the behavior and
Okay,
the
what's
traditions
the
and the
reality?
values and the customs of the culture that you are a fucking part of.
Okay, what
And
it
why it's called feminism while advocating for gender equality is because females are the gender that are the underprivileged, underserved gender. You attain gender equality by advocating for the rights of the underprivileged gender. Do you see how?
okay, so once you've done that, where's the point which you say, okay, now they're fairly equal. Now we should stop going to such extremes to try to equalize them because it's pretty close. Like where's that point at? Like I'm not saying we've necessarily hit it, but like do you say that we're close at all or you say that we still have a ways away to go? Because if so, then that's sort of problematic for me because I don't know where we would be going with making it, things more equal. Like there's some small fine tuning stuff that we can do as far as pay, making sure equal pay for equal work, and not spouting just the 78-cent statistic, which is super misleading because it just averages all workers from all fields without actually like comparing work for work, like work, the same job.
How this works? It's the same reason why we call it the gay rights movement.
But sure, so feminism is the female rights movement, but like you have full rights. Like gay people don't necessarily have full rights. I mean, now they have a lot more full rights than they did before the Supreme Court decision on that case last year. But like, what rights are females still fighting for? Like, what else do they need to get? Because if you have some examples of rights that aren't being given to women that are to men, then let's hear it because I simply haven't seen it. Like I feel like we fixed that shit. You know what I mean? I feel like that shit is what the first and second wave of feminism were about, and that's why they're so useful and so helpful and so world changing, society changing. But it's like what rights do they still need? Because like gay rights, like they, you know what I mean. There's still states where they can be fired. There's still states where they're not protected by the EEOC. So because it doesn't include sexual orientation, and it definitely doesn't include like transgenderism and stuff like that. Like you can be fired for that in a lot of states, but there's no state where you can be fired for being female or where you don't have rights as a female the same as everybody else. Like, where is that? Like, what? Which ones are we talking about? Let's be specific here.
It's not because we think gay people deserve to be better than straight people. It's because gay people are in the inferior position and we want to raise them up to equality. That's how you attain equality.
Right, right. So I gave some examples of like how gay people aren't necessarily equal and things that we need to improve on that. Let's hear something about feminism. I mean, obviously you can't hear me, so you can't actually respond. But if you're gonna make like an actual like video that makes fucking sense, you would include that shit.
The reason why the sign on the bus on the metro says "Don't masturbate to female passengers" is because female passengers are the ones who are made to feel unsafe.
What if some dude was sitting there masturbating, looking at me? I'm not gonna feel necessarily particularly safe. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, women are generally more attractive, and just generally, most people are straight. So since most people are straight, the most people that are attracted to women are guys, and guys tend to be the ones that masturbate in public more than women. So,
by that behavior. Now, I'm not saying that a female passenger on a metro has never just openly started masturbating to a man.
Sure.
I don't want to say for sure that that's never happened.
Sure, fine.
But I would guess that the ratio is pretty lopsided. It's mostly men doing that to mostly women. That is the nature of the problem that the sign is meant to address.
Sure, okay, I kind of understand the sign. Let's talk about feminism.
That's why it fucking says respect our women passengers, not respect all passengers.
But if it said respect all passengers, and then it said that below, it would still make fucking sense. We would still know what the fuck we're talking about.
All right? Have you got it? It's not an accusation that you personally are a rapist. So drop this hypersensitive defensiveness and either grow up and learn to accept the fact that we live in a society where there is gender inequality and where it disadvantages women, and that is a problem that needs to be addressed, or toddle off to the men's rights movement subreddits and bitch and moan with the other guys who are.
You said there's not gender equality, and I might agree to some extent, but are there
kids or because the girl
are there rights that they need? Like what is the why? Literally, why do they call it? Like, okay, don't answer why they call it feminism. Like, what? Why is feminism needed? You know what I mean? We understand fighting for the rights of women to make them equal.
It's a little bubble of misogyny on the internet that you can go and be with your own, and when you ask them a question like, why does it say respect our women passengers instead of respect all passengers, oh, you will have such a warm, welcoming response. They will not mistreat you and abuse you verbally the way I have just done. They will love you and support you.
Was that verbally abusive? Bullshit.
A deeply oppressed holder of a penis whose life has been ruined by these mean, nasty women. So I would suggest, if you can't hold up in the real world where these problems really exist and where people feel the need to try and address them in real ways.
I mean, he's a little, I mean, I'm not a men's rights activist or anything. I'm not, you know what I mean? There's not a whole lot of rights that men don't have, you know what I mean? They are treated worse in the justice system and family court and stuff like that. So there's some points there, but you can't just be like, oh, the men's rights activists just think women have been so terrible to them. Like they have some decent points. Like, I wouldn't spend much of my time focusing on it, but if that's their passion and they're being logical about it and rational about it, then have at it. But I mean, a lot of them aren't. But you're still painting with quite the broad brush.
For membership in the vaunted He-Man Women Haters Club, and just be happier over there. That's my suggestion to you. If you look at a sign like that, or if you look at the term feminism and you just can't understand why it refers specifically to women, go there. Go there. They want you. They will accept you. Personally, I have no use for you.